Lady the barber,
Empty out the clip.
Eddie the butcher,
Empty out the clip.
Kaisar. Long story short,
Empty out the clip. Empty out the clip. Empty out the clip. Opinions in one shot, no retractions. Empty out the clip. Empty out the clip. Opinions in one shot, no retractions. Empty out the clip. Empty out.
All right, welcome everybody to another episode of the Empty Out the Clip podcast, the EOTC. My name is Cams and I'm here with the Usos. We've got Kaisar, man. What's up, man? It's good to have you back on the podcast, Us.
Thank you very much. Thank
Coming
you very
down, tuning in straight from Australia.
much. Hey, shh.
Welcome, Moose.
Still in Auckland, man. Yeah, thanks, bro. Thanks, boys. Yeah.
Yep, and we got also all the way from the butchers. We got Eddie. What's up, man?
Yo, but I love Usos. It's good to be here.
Brother,
It's good to have you guys, man. Full house on today's episode, so let's get it done. You know the drill, boys. Let's do some shout outs and what you been up to.
shout outs, yeah. Just like to give a shout out to and all prayers and that to all those families affected by the US and Israel strikes. That's all Middle Eastern countries and zones and districts. So yeah, stay safe. Sad to hear. Nothing good comes from war, of course, but just prayers and yeah, just prayers and healing for those families that are facing that out in the Middle East. So shout out to you guys, as well as shout out to all those families affected as well, on both sides of the party, I suppose. But yeah, it sucks, man. But yeah, we'll probably chat about that later. And then shout out to Swirl, man, back in the hood there out in Otahu. You know, shout out to you guys for opening up your first business out there in 371 Great South Road, Otahu. Check them out, South Auckland.
Thanks, Uso. My shout outs, just the usual, to my Inga, my LST brothers, the boxing crew. I just want to make a special shout out to my sister and brother-in-law, Matalena and Watene Maklachi. They had a housewarming on the weekend, and I went over and I was privileged to help out with the barbecue, so I just jumped in there. They asked me, I was like, "Yo, keen," and just want to make a special shout out to all the families that came over, the Tolaseres, the Maklachis, the Fruans, the Alufosios, the Tiamalus. So blessings to all you guys. I want to make a special shout out to the Uso BC Ramon and his daughters Sylvia and Ella, and also shout out to Nat, her dad and her son, and also to Jordan's niece, who were all part of the Holonga and were ripping Aviseli. So yeah, shout out to all you guys. Seki.
Charles, just my normal shout outs to all the listeners that tune in to the WesWes Network and all our podcasts on the network and tune into our articles on our website. Shout outs to all you guys that's helping support us, because if it wasn't for you guys, we won't be doing this. So yeah, shout outs to everyone out there. Sweet boys, man. It's been I say for me a busy week, but how's your week been, man?
Man, my week's just been, had the housewarming, and then Sunday just kind of chilled, watched some new things that are just ticking off my list. But yeah, now just work, and then my week's kind of just got a little bit like, I don't know, like finding out the news that 3 people are being charged for the sinking of their boat in Samoa. I was like, oh, it's like, man, they're getting court-martialed. I was like, surely, after the court-martial, let's get rid of the boat. But yeah, nah, I reckon it's a step in the right direction. We shouldn't blame people based on, their sexual orientations, like I said before. We should blame them on their lack of experience in situations and the negligence while performing military duties. So, it's a good starting point. But at the end of the day, man, the boat's still there. Just we need to get it out of there. Come on. But yeah, that's basically been my week. So just trying to sink in all the news. Yes, like Chucky said before, like the war going on, man. It's pretty scary, and it will affect us, petrol prices and whatnot. So just waiting for the ramifications. Sick.
Shoutouts, because you guys mentioned about the strikes that are happening in Iran, in USA and Israel just dropping bombs on Iran now, and then the news with the sinking ship and the sailors that are court-martialed. So a bit of a breaking news, those two stories, man. But yeah, you're right, Eddie. It's good to hear someone's getting in trouble for someone's putting responsibility on the officers that probably did a man. If you're qualified to drive a ship like that, you should be qualified to not let accidents happen, right? So if you read the article, she turned the ship in front of the reef, and it was going too fast, and before you know it, slammed into the reef. So she got in trouble for driving it, and then her supervisor got in trouble for letting it happen. So it's like, I don't know if it's like the first step in this whole situation, because you're right. New Zealand do what you gotta do to get someone in trouble, put someone in jail. We don't care. We just want the ship out and the fish to come back, man.
Would
that's
that
the main
be
thing.
the PuKing and the Whipoko of the week all rolled into one?
That will be.
Probably.
Yeah, some thoughts there. Some good thoughts there. How about you, Chucks? How's your week been?
Yeah, busy, brother. Always winning every week. I mean, to be honest, still just trying to grind and make some opportunities. Every door that we run into is always going to close. But just got to keep moving until those doors open. And if it doesn't open, mate, then you have to put the work bed up there, mate, and kick it down, brother. So yeah, I mean, just trying to have that strong mindset and just keep moving, Just keep moving, yeah. Just keep me busy, keep it moving. So yeah, it's been pretty good, brother. Been a blessing. So can't really complain.
Nice, Uso.
Yeah. What else have you been up to? And just trying to win in the kitchen, man. When it comes to health and fitness, just trying to win. With everyday life. I mean, hey, at the end of the day, right? Bills are always going to be there, but when it comes to health, it's just trying to win in that area every day. Just for own personal gain, personal investment, for good healthy mindset and good physical as well, healthy in the physical area as well. So just trying to win in the kitchen, brother. Weekly, yeah. That's me, bro.
Nice.
Yeah, man. I had a good week. I had some family come over from the States. They were on their way to Samoa. So it was my auntie, my mom's sister, and her son, my cousin and his wife. So they came down to take their mum to visit the family in Samoa. 'Cause she's in the early stages of dementia. Yeah.
Oh.
So this is the last time she can jump on a plane, man, before it gets worse. So yeah, she had to come down. They had to stop over here for a day, at the beginning of the week. So we caught up with them. Then they flew to Samoa on Tuesday. They arrived back here on Friday. So we had Friday night, Saturday, and then they left to go back to the States on Sunday. Yeah, it's one of those things. It's bittersweet because it's probably the last time my mum was going to see her sister before it gets worse. So yeah, it was kind of like a last hurrah for her to come, my auntie to come down here, see all the family, and go to Samoa to see the family there before she goes back to the States. So, and it was interesting, because they were here when the war happened. So it was like, we're going back home, and USA is in the middle of the war now. So in Iran, so yeah, so a lot of things happened in the background. Sweet boys, shall we get into it? So we just mentioned the two breaking news. I just want to get your thoughts, Chucks, on the news coming out of Samoa about the sunken ship and those two officers they got.
Damn, yeah.
A court-martialed.
Yeah.
I mean, your thoughts on that? Because is that enough, or do we want more?
We want more. We want more, man. We want more, man. We gotta milk them for the milk and honey that we deserve. Samoa, man. So, yeah, most definitely not enough, man. Take care of your responsibilities, man. Because if it was the other way around, if it was us, man, they'll be taxing us left, right, and center. every day, all day. So yeah, it's funny you guys mentioned it. I actually didn't know that they were court-martialed. So it's good to know that they're still under investigation, right? And just probably trying to find more than one person to blame rather than just the skipper herself. But yeah, to my understanding, it was a navigational reset button that they just recently installed and la da 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 blah blah blah, and then they were supposed to keep it on there, keep their finger on the reset button for about 5 seconds, and then it resets itself, it reboots itself, and then it navigates itself away from whatever. But anyway, I think even just the funds that that New Zealand sent over are still being withheld. It hasn't actually been used. It's still sitting in the Samoan government bank, right there. Just no dollar has been spent yet because they're still not happy to actually use it because it's not enough. You know, it's like it's like loose change. You know what I mean? So the locals and all that have got together and tried to come together with a solution with New Zealand government. And you know, for the viewers, comment down below as well if you guys be following or even if you guys disagree. But at the end of the day, there's people's livelihood around there. So obviously the ecosystem has glitched a bit because of the ship has sunk in there and for the oil that had leaked. But even though they cleaned it up, who knows? It doesn't actually get cleaned perfectly, right? But yeah, I mean, if those guys the you know, if there's more people that have been put up on charges for it, you know, then by all means, you know, whether you gotta ping them for lack of experience, I don't think so. When it comes to experience, to my opinion, I reckon just performance, just the overall performance. I mean, experience, you know, experience comes with time, right? But what I'm saying is just the overall performance. So ping them on that.
Yeah.
Ping them on that, in my opinion. Yeah, that's me, Val.
See?
Yeah, there's a certain type of thinking. Like if I put myself in the villages and in their shoes, they have to live by that part of the ocean where the ship has sunk. Like they're directly affected with the fish and all that, the pollution. Like, I mean, from their point of view, they're not thinking about that. They think the ship and everything what's happened is New Zealand responsibility. They don't care about the individuals. Like, yeah, New Zealand's saying, okay, we got the skipper and the supervisor. We're gonna take them to court, and we're gonna trial them for their error. Man, someone doesn't want to hear that, right? I mean, put them in jail is not gonna solve the problem, right? So, yeah, it's a bit of that going on too.
I wonder if they're just using them as a scapegoat.
Oh, exactly.
Probably.
Oh, exactly. That's exactly what I was
Just
thinking.
to appease, like, hey, we got these guys, you know.
Yeah, we don't want to hear that. Yeah, man. The other breaking news, man. The bombing in Iran. So, man. So, I heard that the intelligence from Israel came in through the grapevine to say that the Muslim leaders were all in one spot in Iran, and if you're gonna attack, you should do it now. And apparently that's what happened.
Yep.
So the supreme leader of Iran, he's there. He's one of them. They got killed in the strikes.
Yeah.
Now Iran is fighting back. Around the Middle East, there's a no-fly zone around that area now.
Yo.
I know in Dubai, it's a no-go area now in Dubai. So, man, a lot of planes that go to UK, stop over at Dubai as a stopover.
Yep.
You know, it's a hub for planes to stop
travel.
over. So a lot of islanders work in Dubai as well, right? So, in the paper, New Zealand's calling for New Zealanders to come back home, to get out of there if they can. And you got a feel for a lot of those New Zealand citizens that are over there, especially Pacific Islanders. There's a few Pacific Islanders that in Dubai for work and stuff like that. Or if you're traveling to the UK, you might stop there. Next minute, you can't fly anymore, so you're stuck there. So yeah, just hoping everyone's all right. Safe over there. They can come back home. Except for the Tongan Tinder swindler, because he's over there doing the
Tinder guy.
swindling.
Tinder guy.
he can stay there.
Tinder guy.
Gate. So
The
he can
man
stay
of
there.
many faces.
Yeah. So your quick opinions on that?
Oh man, yeah, fuck. Yeah, America, Israel strikes first, takes out like not just the supreme leader, but like a lot of the senior leadership. Iran responds with targeting U.S. military installations across the Middle East. So Jordan, I think, yeah, Jordan, Pakistan, Dubai, yes, Qatar. A lot of the shrapnel falling into Qatar as well. So yeah, I mean, it's been a powder keg for a while now. Especially when Donald Trump bombed General Soleimani back in the day. So there's always been bad blood. Iran's been the massive superpower of the Shia Muslims in the area. And my problem is, like, with them bombing the leadership, yes, I don't agree with them at all. But when you take away their leadership, you leave a dangerous power vacuum. We've seen it before in Iraq when the U.S. military went in Iraq, couldn't find weapons of mass destruction. They took out Saddam Hussein, and then what happened? The growth of ISIS, the terrorist organizations that were built in an area. Same thing we saw in Libya. U.S. soldiers supported the rebels in Libya. They took off Muammar Gaddafi. And then what happened now? You look at Libya now, it's a state that's run by multiple rebel groups and terrorists. So we have to be careful if America's gonna take out the occupiers. They call it the occupiers of Iran, because Iran is a Persian culture, not an Islamic culture. If they take them out, then there has to be a strong government to take its place. And, you know, us islanders living in New Zealand, Australia, we think, it's a far off battle. Man, get ready for your petrol prices to go up. Because, you know, with the Middle East being locked off because of the conflict, petrol prices will soon go up. And, you know, but man, Donald Trump, man, he's got a big hit list. You know, Venezuela, Iran, even the Sinaloa cartel. He helped the federales. Sorry, this guy's just a Rambo. Sorry, he needs to calm down. Man, I'm barely surviving on the petrol prices now. So yeah. But yeah, that's my quick opinion. It's like, yeah, we gotta have a structure to build afterwards.
I'm kind of surprised because they attacked Iran, because Iran's got some nuclear weapons. And, you know, when the country has nuclear weapons, especially a country like Iran and those Middle Eastern countries, like, you never know what, you know, they can just pull the plug on, you know, they can press the red button, man, anytime, man.
Yeah.
Like, I'll stuff these guys. So, yeah, it's a bit dangerous, eh? So I was kind of shocked that they actually bombed Iran. Iran's been like a power in the Middle East for a long time.
Yeah.
And,
Massive
you know,
powerhouse.
like, they do the Cold War stuff between Iran and the USA and all that kind of stuff, but never directly, never direct. So this is like the first time they've actually dropped bombs on there. So yeah, your thoughts on the whole conflict, Chucky?
Yeah, I mean, an actual friend just sent me the link when it first happened. So Ali Khamenei, right, is the lead dictator of Iran, who's been taken out, which was pretty much one of the public enemies number one for the US. But yeah, apparently over 900 strikes, just in 24 hours. You know, they did their daytime attack, the US and Israel strike. So yeah, pretty unexpected for their targets. But like you guys were saying, they must have got the intel and then did their thing. Pretty sad though, because there's, you know, like I said, nothing comes good from war. But then you have all these innocent families, children and all that are at school and then doing their everyday thing sort of thing, you know what I mean? So, yeah, I mean, of course, Iran's going to, you know, put some retaliation in there. And then, yeah, I mean, what is it, their capital, Tehran, yeah, was hit first, was targeted first. and then another 20 cities within Iran as well during those 900 airstrikes. So during the launches as well, and their retaliation, Iran's retaliation was the UAE. Yeah, they got bombed on as well from Iran when they reacted to it. Bahrain, was it Qatar, Kuwait, Israel, Jordan, but Dubai had nothing to do with it. So they were in the crossfire. They were in the crossfire. So we see Israel and Iran. Yeah, Dubai's in between. So it's funny because my mate he used to work in Dubai as a mid care, right? As a medic. So and this was 7 years ago, guys. 7 years ago. So they have practice drills over there as staff when they come over, and they introduce them to all these practice drills just in case of these airstrikes and everything like this, or if they get raided or something like that. But from their hotel, they can see missiles go over the country, you know, from back and forth from those countries, from Israel. So this is 7 years ago. So little pics here and there has been happening. You know what I mean? How about that? Your work environment, you go there for work, you go there to work for the coin, of course, and then from your hotel room, you can see flipping missiles. You know what I mean? And if you look on the map, Israel and Iran, you check out the distance, bro. Check out the distance, man. That's how many hours that the missiles got to travel. You know what I mean? From they're hitting these countries, the UAE, sorry, Kuwait and all that, Jordan. Like I said, Israel. Count how many hours those missiles have got to. So far out, man. It's crazy. And I recall this morning, Donald Trump was saying that, we have to take them out good and fast because these guys have their finger on the button, as in Iran. They've got missiles that can reach all the way to America. This is crazy. You know what I mean? And it affects everybody, of course, because it affects the economy all over the world, right? So especially with produce and trades. But yeah, man, just I don't know, man, bro. All I can say is that those countries that you mean, like Venezuela and all that's been happening last year and then leading up to this year. I even heard that they've already had Navy SEALs on the ground of Iran before the airstrikes. So they really got the special forces from the US and all that. And how about the UN? I think the UN's done, to be honest. They ain't doing shit. I think they're the most corrupt.
They can't stop anything.
No, because they're corrupt, bro. They're corrupt, bro. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'll say that over here, bro. They're corrupt, bro, the UN. So, yeah, I mean, what else? What I was going to say? Hey, at the end of the day, like Venezuela, like you're saying, and then now the airstrikes here, brother, it's all about the oil and it's all about control. That's all it is. And we all know who wants to control, you know what I mean? The biggest giant and the biggest guy with the gun, which is America. So, but it's so true what you said. Once they take over, because Iran and all that, like you were saying, they got nuclear weapons. Well, they said that about all these other top leaders you guys mentioned, and America just went in there and just did their thing. But the thing about it is that they know once you bring distraction or something to stop, an enemy, what they call, or whatever like this, man, there's no actual programs or plans to actually rebuild that city later. They're they're taken over by rebels after that, right? So yeah, crazy. But by saying that, by them taking out these leaders in Iran and that, there's they got plenty more. They got 40 major big dictators there that are ready to step in. That's probably just half of that. Probably just less than half of that were taken out, including their main leader, right? Yeah, man.
Yeah, no, exactly. Like I'm saying, if you want to be the hammer, like a hammer works both ways. It can smash things and it can build things. So you can't just obliterate a government and then be like, okay, job done. You have to help build infrastructure. But like the biggest thing that's a worry now is, because Iran's part of the BRICS program, which is a developing economic group. So you got Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, Egypt, Ethiopia, Iran, and UAE as part of this South global economic group that's trying to rival the Western-led economies. So I wonder if these members will jump in and help. Because, the drones that Russia uses against Ukraine are from Iran. So this war is like it's a real tipping point, like to turning into a global confrontations between two superpowers. So
Mm.
it's very worrying for everyone. Yeah.
And for those out there that think Iran is just like a country that's got no technology, man, they've got technology. They've
Yeah.
got a lot of surveillance technology in their own country. So you know how they have those rules with women. Women have to cover up and all that kind of stuff, and they get fined if they don't get covered up. They got surveillance everywhere in the car parks and in the stores, and even technology where they can scan the cars that just drive past. And if they catch a woman that has their veil off, they'll get fined. They'll get a fine in the mail. So
That's their
pretty rough,
religion,
I
right?
guess, but-
That's part of their beliefs. Eh?
Yeah. So yeah, man. See what happens. Trump says this is gonna go on for a few weeks. So
Hi.
Yeah.
we'll just see, man. Don't say that, man. When people are stuck in Dubai on their way to the UK, now they're stuck for a few weeks. Man.
Yeah.
Thank you, boys. All right, let's get back to our topics. So what happened this week in New Zealand? So the government did an announcement on TV. Well, they went on social media and did an announcement. The National Party, so Luxon was on TV with his ministers, his crime minister, and talked about. Oh, they weren't talking about it. They were just trying to say how good a job they did since they got elected as the government, that they reduced crime. So they're talking about there's 49,000 less violent crime now since they took office. There's the gang patches are all gone, so people are safe now. There's other stats as well they talked about. I think youth crime went down 12%. Or 22%, and they're well ahead of their target of 50% drop of all crime till 2030. But no, it was a bit of a show-off exercise, I guess, because to tell you the truth, man, I didn't feel any less crime or more crime at all. I think as well. I think when they promised they're gonna fight crime before they got elected was to all the Palangis that are safe in their neighborhoods. They're worried about going out to the bad neighborhoods
villages
outside there.
Yeah.
But nah, man, that was a bit of rubbish. But I don't know. What are your thoughts on that? Start with you, Eddie.
Man, like you had to, like, you know, if something smells, you're not gonna eat it. You know what I mean? And I think the public are not gonna eat this, bro. There's something stinks about it. So I had a little look at it. So they got their stats from NZCVS, which is the New Zealand Crime and Victim Survey. It's a survey asking people if you feel like you're a victim of like crime. So a survey is not like police stats or official numbers. So these are just like a survey that people have taken, like maybe online or they've been interviewed. So most victims won't even report a violent crime, especially like in our community, Pacific Island community, especially if it's sexual assault, because you feel the shame, the loss of dignity, and you don't want to show anyone weakness, you know. And, you know, we need to change that. But the thing is, like, no one's going to talk about, like, being violently assaulted. They're going to keep quiet. So they're just going to say no. So this survey is completely inaccurate for them saying that they're reducing crime in the area. Like, it's, you know, what they're doing is actually stretching the police further by adding these, like, clear notices for people that are begging on the streets and, you know, enforcing removal of gang patches. Like, police are stretched as. I mean, you phone a police officer, unless it's something to do with a gun or someone with a knife or anything like that, the wait times are so long. You know, our officers are so scared of like doing something wrong that they have to fill out so much paperwork. So I really feel for our police officers, man. Like, the government rolls out policies like it's toilet paper, and our cops have just got to follow it and enforce it. Yeah. So, no, there's something fishy about these stats, man. Like, using a survey as a way of saying that you've reduced crime, it's a bit of a shady move. And like I said, these guys they just pull out the blaster first aid kit and try to cover all these wounds. But nah, it's still dripping, man. Sick.
Nice. Chucky.
Yeah. Those are the numbers, I suppose. Those are the stats, and it's not actual official numbers really. Nothing's really locked in. I think the numbers of crime with the police has gone up though over the last 7 years. When you think about it, just quietly, let's turn the table the other way and let's look at what the cops have been doing, in the last 7 years. So I think their numbers of crime has gone up and how they treat the community, how they treat the public. So how about them apples, boys? That's me, brother.
Yo. Sick.
Yeah, especially I didn't get when they said they're gonna ban the gang patches, because all you're doing is making the police jobs harder, because now that they don't know who's in the gang or not. Like the only evidence you got to show is the group of guys on the motorbikes, and even that you won't know, because you got to actually stop them and ask them or know who they are. So
you in a gang?
You in the gang?
No, sir.
So if
Sorry to
anything,
do something
let's
like
make
that,
them
man.
go underground even more, which make their job
I'll
even
never
harder.
degrade myself like that.
So
Who, me?
So yeah, I said it before. Like that rule, that thing they made up, like taking the gang patches away, that had nothing to do with slowing down that sort of crime, right? If there was, all that did was to ensure the Balangis in the rich areas to know they're safe, because they don't want to be intimidated by a gang patch. It's like, well, that defeats the purpose with the cops doing their job, right? So yeah, I don't know, but they're still hanging on that. They're still hanging on that, saying they did a good job by taking all. Now there's no gang patches. Now you can be happy that we took them away. It's like, come on, mate. It's not even the point. Like,
It's just,
are people
it's
that
just
dumb?
to keep the national party voters happy, right? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Just to get the national parties,
The voter base.
The voters,
happy.
yeah.
But
Keep them happy, yeah.
it's like it was a dumb thing in the first place. So yeah,
100%.
but after that, I saw a story in the Herald. So, and it's got to do with crime as well. So Eugene Bareman, he came on again to talk about his friend that passed away a few years ago. He got king hit from behind
Oh,
and he died. Yeah. And so he came on the Herald interview, and he was talking about what he thinks the law should be for punishment. He doesn't want to kick those sort of coward hits or king hits to be part of manslaughter. He wants it to be its own thing, because people do get killed because of that.
Yeah.
And so he wants a minimum sentence of 8 years, no parole, if that happens, if the person that gets hit, if he dies, because he's talking about it's not fair for the victim's family, that the punishment is not hard enough. I think the guy that killed the other dude, I think he got less than a year. I think he got 3 years for manslaughter, but he only served a year because of all the discounts. So I'll just play a clip.
Tougher sentence would teach them a lot more about the wrongful doings that they committed, but it's honestly more about the victim. There's not a family out there that feels justice when you have lost a son, they've lost a father, they've lost whoever, and within a year, 2 years, 3 years, that person's already free, enjoying the fruits of life when their loved one is no longer. That's a life sentence. And light prison sentences don't justify that life sentence that they have to go through. Yeah, my message to him is you need to look at the hundreds and possibly even thousands of people that the crime doesn't necessarily cause death to, but there's this massive flow-on effect of anxiety and trauma, injury. It's the deaths are the tip of the spear, But every weekend in this country, there's coward punches going on. And it's going to continue, and there's going to continue to be more deaths if he doesn't apply tougher laws and tougher legislation around this crime. That's my message to him.
Yeah, it's the law has always been like that for sharks for how many generations now. They need to upgrade it, if anything. The act of violence doesn't fit the crime. You know what I mean? So therefore, it's not going to fit the time as well. So a person that does Grand Theft Auto and all that other jazz will get more years than what these guys have taken a life. So yeah, it's shit. That part of the New Zealand law needed to be upgraded years ago. So there was 4 guys that were involved in the attack of the brother there. So but one of them got name suppression, and he also got he got home D for 6 months. How about that? How does that work? So he admitted that he did wrong. Obviously, he admitted he pleaded guilty, and a lot of other combination of things. He said he didn't know that he was actually intoxicated, so he actually forgot what happened. But pretty sad. I mean, one of the other guys got something like 2 years, in 8 months, something like that. Yeah, so out of the 4, just one of them got name suppression and 6 months home D. And apparently they all pleaded guilty. But it's crazy. It's crazy. Daniel Havili. Yeah, so man, we'll name him and we'll shame him. So his name's Daniel Havili. So he got sentenced to 2 years and 9 months in jail. And then the guy that got named, well, his first name's suppression, but his last name's like Falau. So he's the one who got pretty much a 25% discount on his sentence. And then the rest was made up with 6 months home detention. So yeah, that laws needed to be changed ages ago, bro. Yeah. So like I said, it's the crime that doesn't fit the time.
I had a quick look at the sentences around the world, and I think we're on par with America, but the average for this kind of crime, or coward punch crime, from 2011 to 2026 in New Zealand, the average sentence was 3 years 4 months. In the USA, minimum is 2 years, up to 30 years, depending on which state you are in. In Australia, New South Wales, the minimum is 8 years to a maximum of 25 years. For the state of Victoria in Australia, it's 10 to 25 years, with 10 years being the ultimate minimum. England, for violent crimes that causes death, manslaughter, the minimum is 15, maximum is 20 years. So I 100% agree that we are pretty soft on a coward's punch. But again, we got to go case by case. What we mentioned last week with the case of the bus driver who was racially abused, physically pushed to his limit. The guy got out, bus driver followed him, punched him, one punch, and he fell on the ground and unfortunately passed away. But the family reviewed the photos, reviewed the facts, and they asked for a non-prison sentence. And that should only apply for that particular case, because the family joined into the Afonga, which is the forgiveness ceremony in Samoan tradition. So, like I said, it has to be case by case scenario. But 3 years 4 months being the average sentence for this type of crime is horrendous compared to the other Western led nations around the world. So, yeah, I do agree we need harsher punishments. Yeah, that's my opinion. It's like,
Yeah, Eugene got the 8 years from Australia, eh? So Australia, 8 years minimum. And yeah, I thought it was a bit soft, the 1 year after those discounts were applied. Because if you're a guy that convicted of a crime, but you've got a good past, like this is the first time, then they apply these and if you're from a poor family or stuff like that, they apply these discounts, and I think that's what this guy had, and so that's why he only got 1 year or whatever it was. But if you think of what manslaughter is, like manslaughter is you didn't intend for the person to die, but whatever you did caused him to die. So whether it be an accident or you didn't intend it for it to happen, but it happened, there's got to be a punishment that fits the crime towards the family's victim, the family of the victim, because they're gonna suffer the trauma, they're gonna suffer the loss of a loved one. At the same time, it depends on the person too, because if a person killed someone by accident, they'll be suffering too, because they actually took someone's life by accident. They didn't mean to, but they did so. So what kind of guilt do they have to live with the rest of their lives? Though it doesn't mean for them to go to prison. I think they have to go to prison because that's the punishment, right? But and you think about it, those years you're in the cell, would it be 8 years or 15 years like in the UK or more? But I think for me, like, I think I agree with Eugene to go with the Australian way. 8 years, just as a minimum. Like, that's enough time to think about it. That's enough time for the families to go through that
grieving process.
Yeah. But at the same time, that person that did the deed, when he comes out, like, learn his lesson. That's the main thing. Learn his lesson, because there's no excuse when you're an adult and you go do some stupid things like get drunk and you get into a fight and you get carried away and someone gets killed. I mean, you're an adult. You have to know. So there's responsibilities being an adult. You have to know what's right and wrong. Thank you, boys. Okay, moving on. Moana Pasifika. So yeah, man, it's pretty sad. So that every year they're supposed to go play in the islands, have a home game at the islands, either in Samoa, Apia Park, or in Tonga. I think they're due to play in Tonga this season, but unfortunately they had to cancel it because they got no money. Apparently $600K to send all their equipment over to Tonga to set up the broadcasting and all that kind of stuff is a no-go. They don't have any funding. I think World Rugby have stopped their funding. Yeah, man. They're trying to get some sponsors. I don't know, your thoughts? Start with you, Eddie.
Yeah, they need sponsors to cover the broadcasting rights and all the equipment. So it's sad because this is like their second year. Last year they couldn't do it. This year they couldn't do it. So yeah, feel sorry for the Kingdom of Tonga. Proud people, really proud rugby league and rugby union fans. So gutted that they couldn't get into it. But maybe if they didn't, like, there should have been a little bit of foresight. Hey, look, if we can't host it last year, let's start fundraising for this year. Like, do barbecues and stuff, and then if you show the people the effort that you put into to fundraise to cover the expenses, you surely will attract like small businesses in Tonga, small businesses in New Zealand to help support it. Even set up a fund page, a FundMe page. Like, people can donate money because it's just sad that we're the whole thing about Moana Pasifika was providing high quality rugby players just to play for not only Manu Samoa but also Uncletiks for Tonga. So very sad that we can't really take the game home for our people, for our Polynesian brothers. Hopefully starting from now, maybe we can look into like finding some offshore sponsors, and surely they can find a Japanese company or a Chinese company that are willing to promote it, show their brand. But Very unfortunate, but yeah. Sending love to the Polynesian brothers in Tonga.
Your thoughts, Chucks?
Yeah, I mean, what happened to the funds of Sports New Zealand? Aren't they supposed to be supporting the franchise Moana Pasifika, to cover their additional costs, for over a 4-year period, isn't it? Isn't those funds kicking in for them, this year at the start of the year? I mean, it is sad. I mean, as far as I know, is that they're supposed to be getting support and funding from Sports New Zealand, isn't it? And then what happened to all these sponsorships? What happened to all these sponsorships like Ford New Zealand, Digital Pasifika, Pacifica Medical Associations and that? I'm sure all those sponsorships. And then ASICS as well, even Hubbard's. Hey, Hubbard's, shout out to Hubbard's, way out there Mahanga Drive. Can smell it cooking, man. Nice and fresh every morning. But yeah, sad, but yeah, just wondering what the holdup is with the funds, really, to be honest. There shouldn't be really any excuses. I mean, if that was an issue, they should have sorted it out last year. Yeah. So if they're looking for more sponsorship, I mean, damn, I guess they'll have to change their CEO of Moana Pasifika, I suppose, or give her a hand at least. What's her name? Debbie Senarisan? Yeah, give her a hand or something, but she seems to be pretty slow to get the ball rolling for 2026. I mean, all this shit you should know. You know what I mean? If you're going to run low on funds for the next season, I mean, come on, buddy, man. Get it together, man.
Yo.
Yeah, go ask National Party to sponsor Moana Pasifika, was that? Yeah. That's what's up, boys. That's what's up. Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah, I think there's more. I think we're not asking the right questions, Because
exactly.
you think with a Super Rugby team franchise, they've only been in like 3 years, 4 years? Is it 3 years? 4 years they've been in it? And they're having financial
3
difficulty
3 years.
3 years in. I mean, what happened to the viability of your team? Like when you entered in the Super Rugby competition, everything was set, right? You had a stadium, you had money, you had a uniform. Like, you mean to tell me that it's all your money's run out in 3 years? So you're only a 3-year team or 4-year team. Now you're just running on fumes. So, yeah, whose fault is it? Like, but you gotta remember, like, how this team got in the first place. Like, off the back of New Zealand Rugby trying to help out, or they say they're trying to help out, because this team was to strengthen up Tonga Rugby Union, Fiji Rugby Union, and Samoa Rugby Union as well. Have we seen that happen in the last 3 years? World Rugby stopped their funding because they're not seeing any results at the island rugby unions. They're saying, "Hey, how come Top Nawa is playing for New Zealand now, and how come some of your stars are gone playing for New Zealand teams now? What's well, I thought this team was for the island. Nah, we're cutting out funding because our money is going to New Zealand Rugby, it looks like. So, there's more questions, man. We're not asking the right questions. Why ain't you guys got any money? Like, well, you're right. You're right. Where's New Zealand Rugby in this? Have they washed their hands clean now? Oh, we got some players. We don't have to worry about these guys anymore. So, it's I've said it, man. There was something dodgy from the start with this Moana team, and it was because New Zealand had a hand in it. And in my books, there's something wrong with that. There is definitely something wrong with that.
If it stinks,
shit. So, yeah, man, I've got no sort of. I don't feel sorry for them. Like, if you dot your I's and cross your T's, maybe this wouldn't happen. But think of what the Balangi's think. Like, what is this team? If you got this team's got no money. Like, you don't have a stadium. You can't go play in other countries. Like, what the hell? If there's a plan and you can't do it, to me that's embarrassing, man. That's embarrassing. So,
and cutting the funds to a team, to a franchise team can actually, take them off the radar altogether. Cut the supplies for them. You know what I mean? And then they'll lower down their sort of development program as well. So could be hidden agendas behind the scenes as well. You know what I mean? they're doing so well, if the team's doing so well, and the other New Zealand teams based at home are not doing so well, I mean, on the table, then the only best thing you could do is cut funds there. You know what I mean? Redivert there, then use that as a hidden agenda sort of thing. I don't know, but yeah, ask the right questions, man, and you won't get the right answers.
So I don't know. It's looking like we shouldn't be surprised if they decided 1 year, okay, no more team. It's not viable anymore. So I guess don't be surprised when that happens. Yeah. But we should see. We should see. Siki boys. So the next topic, we're going to go to America again, and so at the UK they had the BAFTA Awards, right? So it's movies and TV awards in the UK. It's like the Oscars in the UK. But the actors that were in the Sinners movie, Michael B. Jordan and Delroy Lindo, they went to... Did they go present an award or accept an award? But they went up on stage, and apparently there was another guy, an activist named... what's his name? John Davidson. He's an activist for Tourette's syndrome. He's got Tourette's syndrome himself, and he directed a documentary called I Swear, and it's based on people with Tourette's. So he was at the BAFTA Awards as well, accepting the award. But the moment when Delroy and Michael B. Jordan went up on stage, you can hear his Tourette's kicking in, and he said the N-word out loud, and yeah, caused a whole lot of controversy. Now, apparently it was pre-recorded, so the BAFTAs had every chance to mute that part out, but they didn't. But apparently they did mute something out. They muted Free Palestine. Someone shouted Free Palestine, and they muted that out. But they didn't mute the Tourette's guy when he said the N-word.
Come on.
So, man, a bit of controversy there. Your thoughts, Eddie?
Solid. There's no way. Okay, because it's delayed, eh? It's delayed, so it's not live, so they can edit things out. And like you said, they edit the Free Palestine. I didn't know that they edit that out. Solid too. Like, yeah, I understand it's a sickness, it's an impairment, a speech impairment, and it should not be judged. And people need to grow up, because it's in context. Like, he's just blurting out his tics, but damn, they didn't edit it out. Nah. Nah, it's just like those dudes on the Navy boat, bro. This guy needs to get court-martialed by the BBC, bro. Straight up. How you not blurred that out? Oh, bro.
Hey, what goes on? What goes in entertainment stays in entertainment, eh? Yeah, so I think that's why they left it in, and they didn't bleep it out. Yeah, I mean, crazy at the end of the day. But if he's got Tourette's, I reckon he deserves a pass. But
yeah.
More so if it came online, you would think they would bleep that sort of stuff out if it was pre-recorded.
Yeah.
Just for what do you call it? To keep it clean. You know what I mean? To keep it clean for television rights, right? Yeah. So I'm sure they breached a little bit of those television rights in America, but somebody up there's got a bit of a grudge. So yeah. Yeah, I mean, the guy's got Tourette's, so he deserves a pass. But as for the people behind the scenes, I think they need to, keep it clean, buddy. Keep it clean. You don't want to promote that. You know what I mean? You don't want to promote a guy with Tourette's, and then, probably, nobody knows he's got Tourette's, right? But they heard it. Yeah. Imagine what those guys on the stage being just standing there presenting an award, and then they get called the N-word, It's like, far out, man. So probably big ups for those guys for staying composed while staying professional. Like what's that guy's name? Will Smith slapping Chris Rock, shit, that's probably the most professional guy you can ever give an award to is Chris Rock, for staying that composed and taking that flipping right hand slap, Yeah. That's me, bro.
Man, lucky Will Smith wasn't there. Damn.
Yeah, you're right. Like they acted professional. Like Michael B. Jordan and Delroy, they were professional on stage. You can see on their faces, they're like, "What the fuck?" in their face, but they stayed calm and they just carried on. But then, the fault, you can't blame the guy with Tourette's, right? It's a disease. You can't help what you say. You gotta blame the editor of the program, man. 2 days. It was 2 days before they put it on air, like on TV. So, but they cut off the Free Palestine, but they left the N-word in, and I know black people's getting, like, we're talking about 400 years of slavery for black people, they can't catch a break, man, and to leave that word in, is like, that's a decision
Crazy,
that the editors made to leave that in, and it's the wrong decision. It should have been there, man. But that's just a kick in the face, man. Like
2026.
it goes to show, like, what people think. Racism is still out there, man. It's like, man, if this is a racial thing, it's bad, man. It's bad. Which brings us to our own Tourette's guy. So Uncle Tiks, he's a influencer. He's a comedian on social media. He's a Māori dude, Uncle Tiks. He's got thousands of followers. He makes a lot of money on social media. He came on the Unfiltered podcast, the Dave Leteles one, talking about his life story and all that. But there was a part in his interview where he talked about how he was being offered, I think, the Local Hero Award. He got offered the Local Hero Award and he was going to accept it. And then, I think a day or two before he was supposed to accept the award, they told him, it's off the table because of his content. His content on his social media. But and he got a bit upset about it. But I just want to play a little clip.
Oh, New Zealander of the Year award.
Yeah. It's award David Leteles won as well.
I then posted a video a month later, a comedy skit with a consensual skit with my wife and a few other girl mates that we're really close with.
Yep.
And it was me putting on some glasses. And the skit went, it was like a comedy skit, like, you can't see where my eyes are looking when I have my glasses on. And it was me directly underneath my wife looking up her skirt with the glasses on. Like, it was stupid comedy skit. Yep. I got a message from the New Zealander of the Year people saying, we've dropped you, we're kicking you out of this. Now, at the start of all this, right? At the start of all this, I asked them, you know exactly the type of videos I make. You know what you know what you're getting into bed with. Like, are you okay with that? And they're like, yeah, we're okay with that. I was like, cool. So I'd made the first mistake. I'd apologise and I'd said it. I'd taken everything down. It's still down now. And that girl and I, we get along. We've got nothing. Like, I listened to the episode that she did. It was a good episode on her podcast that she was talking about all that stuff that had happened. And then this New Zealand people pulled me out of it and dropped me out of it because of the video I made with my wife, a comedy skit. And I said, I actually didn't give them the time of day. I didn't message her back. If I was going to rip shit on them. Yeah. But I was like, fuck them. They don't deserve my time now. And secondly, I don't need a fucking medal or an award to know I've done well for my community. Yeah. I don't need that bullshit. I already know I've done well. I get messages every day. Yeah. And that's not being far up my ass. It's just knowing it's made an impact. Yeah. It's done what I needed to do. That's exactly why I set out to do it, was to teach people about Tourette's. So I don't need your fucking medals. And thanks for fucking nothing. Thanks for mucking me around like you bloody did. Like, you knew what you were getting into bed with.
What?
I gotta tell you guys, this is what happened to the WesWes Network ages ago when we entered into the New Zealand Podcast Awards.
Oh, true.
For the first time. And
what happened? What happened?
But yeah, I'll get to that when it's my turn. But yeah, your thoughts on that? I'm Chucky.
Yeah. What can you say? He's got Tourette's. He's got a disability. He's expressing himself in his own shoes to the world. So Yeah, he's right. He doesn't need a medal to dictate who he is and what he's done for his community. But I think that's pretty sad on them judging him, you know, to actually take away the New Zealand award, you know, of New Zealander of the Year. I think he deserves it, you know. It's genuine if they actually give it to him, because these days you got to have a sort of sense of humor that caters for that sort of that side of the fence, right? I mean, are we so perfect? Are we so perfect at the end of the day? You know. So, but with somebody with a disability who loves what he's doing and putting himself out there, I mean, shucks, give him the award, man. He deserves it for him being him, and for him for expressing himself of having a disability, which basically he's saying is not really, you know, doesn't look like he's got it. You know what I mean? He's a normal person. That's what he's trying to say to people, you know. And he's having a lot of fun doing it. So, based on his character, they should just give him the award just based on his character, you know. It's not easy for somebody with Tourette's to actually put himself out there and let the world know that hey, he's having fun, he's enjoying his life, and welcome to his world. Welcome to his world. Just for that pure fact, man, that's what I reckon he deserves the award for. But for them to take it away just because his videos are not up to scratch, I suppose, you know what I mean? That's where you got to come and have a sense of humor, man. Don't take life so seriously, you know. Know that he has a disability, and know that he's the man for getting out there and doing his thing. So yeah, big ups to Mr. Tiks, man. I haven't watched you in a while, but since you're on the topic, man, it's good to see you again and have a good laugh, man. It's good to see that still doing his doing, eh? Keep doing, brother.
Yo. Yeah, I remember he popped off in like COVID, eh?
Yeah,
during the
exactly.
lockdown. So
Yeah.
I really enjoyed his content. Yeah, and he's like the out the gate kind of like, you know, that dark humor. So I think by the sounds of it, he wasn't upset that they pulled him out. He was upset that they kind of like, hey, we're going to give you the award, blah, blah. And he was saying, have you had a look at my videos? You know? So I think even he didn't expect to be put into that category. And these guys just kind of like built him up, eh? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, like, man, like, imagine if, like, our parents did those, you know what, after school we'll get you KFC. And imagine you drive past KFC, you get home, and it's just that roast chicken that they buy from Countdown. So, yeah, no, I'll be pissed too. So, he's got every right to be upset, but it sounds like he's kind of like, you know, I don't need you to validate what I do. Yeah, there should be, like, different categories, to be honest, for influencers, because like for New Zealander of the Year, I kind of don't really see influencers or comedians in that role. Like I kind of see like people that work at the Auckland City Mission kind of thing, like Dave Leteles, you know, previous winner, you know, that donate, but you know, for what he's done for the Tourette's community, yeah, bro, he deserves an award. Definitely. I don't know if New Zealand the award is appropriate for him because, you know, after what they did to him, probably don't accept it. Maybe make a new award for him or something, you know, for his generation and his group of influencers. Yeah, because I've always been a big fan of Uncle Tiks, bro. He's a crack up dude. Him and there's another guy that used to post with him and that Cook Island chick. But yeah, that's my humble opinion.
Yeah, I think my advice to those people that do the awards is to do your homework. Don't say you're gonna give someone an award for whatever, and then realize later he wasn't your guy just because he posted one video you didn't like, right? So yeah, do your homework first before you do that. But then you know the numbers should mean something too. You know, there's thousands of followers he's got, and you know Tourette's people around the world look at him as a role model. You know, that's a disability that, you know, he been a role model for. And it's one of those embarrassing disabilities too. Like, who wants to spend your day, like, swearing out the blues because you can't help it, right? Like, the negative things in your mind, you say it out loud because you can't, your brain can't help it, right? So that's embarrassing sort of disability. But it's real.
Exactly.
People really have that, you know, so you can't do anything about it. But yeah, just being issues for a bit. But But yeah, I was saying, like, you know, I'm these kind of organizations that do these awards, like anyone can, you know, if you got money, you can do an award for something, like, and you put the judges together. Like, who are they to judge, right? Who are they to judge? How would they know, right? It's like you're an artist. Like when you have the Oscar awards and you have the best picture, why is that the best picture? Like, how many people love that movie? How many people love another movie? You know, you can't really, you know, you can't really measure what the best is if everyone is sort of like doing the same thing, right? So yeah. So when I entered the WesWes Network into the first inaugural New Zealand Podcast Awards, I think it was 3, 4, 5 years ago. We got all our podcasts got nominated.
Oh,
They all got nominated, but no one won. But the funny thing was, like, there was a first prize, second prize, and third prize, right? Our technology podcast, what's called the Polytech podcast, hosted by Tana at the time. It was a technology one. Like, they got nominated, right? But when they announced the winners of the technology category, it was only a first place one. There was no second place or third place, which is weird, because how can you have not second and third for that category when we were nominated for technology, same category. So yes, something was wrong there. But nah, man, that was the first and last time I entered the WesWes Network and into that. But it's still been going strong. I think when you look at who's winning every year, you'll see that it's all the mainstream podcasts, or the radio shows and that. So not really helping independents, but I think that's sometimes the way it goes. If you're in charge of the awards, it's up to you. It's not really up to everyone else.
Yeah,
That's it.
Yeah.
It's who you know, right? Just like the Pasifika beauty pageants. Yeah.
Good example.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great example.
Yeah.
All right, boys. Moving on. Comments corner. Got a juicy one there.
Comments corner.
We
Like,
got told off. We got told off in the comments.
yo,
Hey?
Oliveira, 9137. Just want to apologize for the gesture as well. Letty already commented about it. To you and your Inga, because you guys are always supporting us, and you know, whatever you say, we take it on, and we appreciate the feedback, and we strive to do better. So just want to mention these little helplines, as Oliveira suggested. There's 24/7 helplines out there. You can text 1737 or Lifeline 0800 543 354, or text help to 4357. Suicide Crisis Helpline 0508 828 865 or 0508 Totoko, or if you're desperate for help, dial 111. But yeah, just again, just reiterate, deepest apologies and appreciate the feedback. And
What's the gesture to those viewers?
It's just they also was just doing the noose gesture while we were doing the podcast about 2 weeks ago. So because he was watching it with his family and whatnot while they're having dinner. So deepest apologies. It's one of those things that we just kind of didn't really think about at the time. But yeah, I think that's how it goes. We're so passionate about the topics that we cover. Sometimes we do slip into the emotion. So deepest apologies on behalf of all of us, and Letty, and keep supporting us, Oliveira, because you're one of our top commenters. So yeah, alofa aku to o oi malo ainga seki. That's it for Comments Corner.
Oh, did anyone jump in with the cartoon you want to make into a movie?
Nah, no one jumped in, so I'll probably leave it until someone comments it.
I got one.
Well, what about you guys? If you guys had a cartoon or TV series as a kid that you could turn into a movie or TV series, live action, with a limited budget, what would it be?
Have we got Inspector Gadget? Did we get Inspector Gadget as a movie?
No, I think we did get live action, but it wasn't that great.
Oh,
Yeah.
either Inspector Gadget or Mighty Mouse.
Oh, Mighty Mouse. Yeah. How about you, Kaisar?
Sharks so many to choose from, with a low budget. Damn.
Nah, unlimited budget. Unlimited budget.
Unlimited budget.
Yeah.
Shit, probably.
Like, I'm talking Marvel coupe.
Marvel budget, eh? Damn, that's a good one.
Yeah.
So many to choose from on there. Probably a toss up for me. Probably a toss up with probably He-Man. He-Man and
Ooh.
what's another one?
Yeah, done properly.
Probably
He-Man.
probably He-Man and I don't know, probably Donald Duck around there. Man, I just love watching Donald Duck. Roadrunner. Roadrunner's
Yo.
another one. You know,
Yo.
by the time we seen Roadrunner do his thing, the whole cartoon was actually finished. So I said, shit. You know, it was like a 12-second punchline there for the Roadrunner.
Yo.
Probably Popeye, the man, Popeye the Sailor Man,
Ooh,
my man.
Popeye. Because I remember they did one with Robin Williams, live action Popeye. I was like,
Yeah, but-
that's it was like low budget ass, yo.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
no
with
budget.
that Marvel coupe. Ooh. Ooh.
Yeah, shit. Who would you think would play Popeye today?
I was thinking
Don't say Dwayne Johnson.
Popeye today. I don't know, eh? Surely, it has to be someone big, I guess. I wouldn't say the guy from Jack Reacher, but he just doesn't have the charisma to pull it off. Definitely got the size. But yeah.
Nah, they'll have a small guy, but make special effects, make him big.
Special effects, yeah.
Yeah,
Tom Hardy or something. I don't know.
yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
But
Tom Hardy,
I was
yeah.
thinking maybe like gargoyles.
Oh, yeah.
Gargoyles, you guys
yeah.
remember gargoyles? Thundercats.
Bro, I was
Street
thinking that too.
Sharks.
Thundercats, yeah.
Yo.
Fuck, those were the classics they should play. They
forgot
should
the
rerun those,
cartoon.
so the
Ew.
kids today can watch that shit, eh?
What was the cartoon with the two cats and they flew a jet? I
Oh.
forgot it. And they had guns and everything on it.
Oh, yeah. No, Secret Squirrel.
Oh man. I'll find it. It's on the top of my mind. But yeah, Seki, yeah, that's it from Comments Corner.
Nice. Food review. Chucky, you wanna compare some food in Australia and produce in Australia and New Zealand?
Yeah, man.
There's a
It
lowdown.
will be a hot and cold sort of scenario, eh? But most definitely, at a rating out of 5 when it comes to fresh fruits. Fresh fruits, probably over here will be a 5 out of 5. To be honest, it's probably because of the tropical weather. But the mangoes here, you can get a box of 30 mangoes. 30 mangoes. I mean, and watermelons, huge, bro. And for one mango, I think I mentioned on another podcast. But yeah, I mean, that's just a normal one there. But how juicy that is, right there.
Ooh.
Damn.
For one of those, man, it's like $1 for one of those. But you can get a box from Coles supermarket over here. You can get a box of 30. Check this out. For a box of 30, you can get for $22. A box of 30
Damn.
mangoes, huge. And I'm telling you, the size of those mangoes is the size of my hand, bro. For one of those, you'll probably be paying $6 back home in NZ. I shit you not, $6 to $7 for the size of those mangoes, fresh and juicy. The season's actually coming down to a finish for the mango season, but then you got papayas and all that, man. Fresh as and cheap, very cheap. So the quality of fruits over here, probably a good 5 compared to New Zealand. New Zealand fruits over there, honestly, man, disappointing with the fruits back home in NZ. I mean, majority of our good stock get exported anyway, right? So in our supermarkets over in NZ, they're probably all our seconds anyway, and they're way overpriced for seconds, right? And these are their seconds, by the way, $30. $22 for 30 huge mangoes, a box of mangoes, and that's not even their seconds, bro. You know, that's not even the seconds, bro. If it is, man, fuck, I can't even, I can't tell. But then, yeah, when it comes to seafood, boys, man, I'll have to say New Zealand, 5 out of 5. As for over here, yeah, for their seafood, I've not yet to actually conquer a place that actually produces some really good mussels. They had another place out here. I can't name any names, because you know I don't want to put down their economy or sort of thing. But I went to 2 different seafood places, and they had New Zealand mussels there. What the f, bro? They was New Zealand mussels. They were like they're frozen. They come from a frozen pack. They were shelled mussels, and they were rubbery as, bro. I'm telling you, man. I said, shit, those are not fresh. Those are not even New Zealand mussels, bro. Those New Zealand mussels, bro. They said it was New Zealand mussels, but you know, lip mussels, the small ones, the lip mussels. Yeah, they don't even label it properly, man. But what I'm saying is the quality shit. The quality of seafood here is shit. You know, and I'm just talking about locally. I haven't actually hit the big major seafood markets, you know, where they actually, you know, pay the big dollar there. But hey, you can go anywhere, north, east, west, and south out of New Zealand, right? You're guaranteed to get some fresh mussels, right? Or some fresh crab, or from, you know, whatever. Some squid, some octopus, some snapper, right? Just locally, you'll get fresh produce in New Zealand. So yeah, man, I'll have to do maybe a short content on that shit, because it's actually shocking. But seafood over here, the crabs here, brother, man, it's pilchard, brother. You know what I mean? Like, I'm even talking like that now. You know what I mean? But when you bite into it and cook it, the meat just tastes different. It tastes like it's been in the lab or something, bro. I shit you not, brother. Even their beef, it tastes like it's in the lab. You know, I said, oh shit, I'm not gonna buy that meat again or steak again. So I went and got some. Went to the supermarket. I thought I'd buy some 99% of beef mince, right? I cooked it, man. It tasted funny, bro. And then in my mind, when I took the first 2 bites, because I needed some protein here, right? And then I took the first 2 bites, and I said, fuck, bro, this better not be human. This better be something or human or something in here, bro. You know what I mean? Because it tasted like putrid, bro. I just wanted to spew up, brother. So, yeah, probably understand this. The prices may be high back home in New Zealand, but over here, when it comes to quality, man, New Zealand, bro, probably the best quality you can get, and that's just locally, right? Like I said, you can go 5 minutes up the road wherever you're gonna get kinners and all that shit. That's another thing, bro. You can't even get bro. Don't even get started on that with kinners and all that shit over here, bro. There is none, bro. It's like, fuck, that's not a kinner, bro. Bro, that's undersized, bro. You know, where's their fishery acts around here? You know what I mean? So yeah, bro. It's just fucking shocking, brother. And then yeah, probably a red flag for me too is going into these places and actually seeing the front building looks like bro, it looks like worse than you know what I mean, my old garage back in the 90s, bro. You know what I mean? So there's hardly the signage and all that's faded, and then you go in there and then it's like it kind of smells pretty bad because it's quite hot, you know. So I think but that wasn't the first place. I've been to another 4 places that are exactly the same. So in New Zealand, you got a lucky, man, when it comes to quality seafood and when it comes to meat as well. So lamb and all that. Back home, lamb tastes like lamb, beef tastes like beef. But over here, man, it tastes a little bit something else, bro. Like it's been manufactured in a laboratory, brother. Yeah, it doesn't taste organic, that's for sure. But over here, chicken tastes like chicken and fish tastes like fish. You know what I mean? But that's all I got to say, yeah. New Zealand, man, much love.
Yo. Sick.
Nice. It's good insight there, Us. Good insight. Right, boys, moving on. The PuKing of the week. Or the PuKing of the week. Have you got one, Eddie?
So like the PuKing would the commentators for the Las Vegas NRL, man, because like I'm watching the game, right, and I'm hearing the little chit chats that's going on, And someone asked Volandis, who's the head director of the NRL, he goes, "Oh, I bet all your dreams have come true." And Volandis goes, "Oh, nah, I'm not with Margot Robbie." So, like, I don't want to hear that kind of stuff when I'm, like, watching the league. So, like, some old man talking about Margot Robbie. So, like, nah, he's going to talk about that. So, like, you need to do another show of contact sports. But, yeah, that's my PuKing of the week.
Nice. Yeah, man. Chucky, who you got?
What's that for, brother?
Your Pukio of the week.
Oh, yeah. Let me think, bro. Let me think. No, I can't recall. Oh yeah. I got one, bro. I got one. Probably Mike Tyson and the Mayweather fight, bro. Yeah, that's probably my book of the week, brother. I mean, shucks, I'm not gonna watch that crap, bro. It's like, bro, you're gonna see one fighter who's gonna run a marathon and the other fighter who's gonna try to catch him. You know? One's a lightweight, one's a heavyweight. I mean, brother, of course, you know, just say if you're desperate for the cash, you're desperate for the cash. Of course, it's a cash grab because of their money, but most definitely fair poko of the week. Man, I don't call that a fight. I call that just like a circus. But big ups to both legends and especially Mike Tyson. But brother, you're not gonna go toe to toe with a guy like Mayweather, bro. You know what I mean? He's from Hobbitland. So yeah, fair poko of the week, Mr. Mayweather.
Thank you.
Nice. Yeah, my PuKing of the week is the girl that was on the bus today. So, you know, like, because I catch a bus, right? So sometimes when you catch a bus and the bus picks up passengers, but also picks up the officers that check the your tickets or check your hop card, right? They scan your hop card to see if you paid. Well, and I got to give a shout out to the woman, the officer, that did a good job telling this girl to get off the bus because she didn't pay. She just walked on the bus, and then she told off the driver that you can't let the girls, like anyone, jump on the bus without scanning the thing. And asked the driver where she was. Anyway, so she came on the bus and she was scanning everyone's card. She scanned my card. That was all good. And then she went behind me and the girl was sitting behind me. And she goes, "Oh, your card, please." And he goes, "I haven't got one." He goes, "Oh, well, you can't be on here. The next stop, you're off." So she went to check everyone else's cards after. When the bus stopped, the girl, she wouldn't get off the bus. So the woman came to the girl and goes, "Oh, sorry, you got to get off the bus. You haven't paid. You got to get off the bus." And the girl was trying to answer her back. But the officer lady shut her down, and said, and went to the bus driver and said, "Don't move. You can't move until that girl leaves the bus." Then at that point, everybody on the bus just looked at the girl. So she was like, she was smart. I was thinking, bitch, get off the bus, man. Fuck, everyone's trying to get home.
Oh no, dude.
But she answered back to the officer. She answered back to the officer. Said, "I don't like your tone of voice." And the officer lady, she goes, shush, get off the bus. I don't want to hear it. Get off the bus. So, you know, it's like, because I've seen other officers come on the bus to try to do their job, but they're too soft. They take ages trying to get the person off the bus if they haven't paid. But this woman, shout out to her, man, she was onto it, eh? She just shut that girl down. She stopped the bus, won't move until she leaves. She got the girl to leave, and she was angry when the girl off the bus. She was swearing and all that. But yeah, man, she's my PuKing of the week, and anyone else that tries to ride for free.
Yo.
PuKings of the week, man.
See?
But you got to give it to this lady. She's not a Karen because she's just doing her job.
Yeah.
Right. And yeah, it was good. It was good. So that's mine.
Nice.
All right, boys. We forgot to touch on the sport. So yeah, man, let's do the weekend wrap of sports. So, who watched the Las Vegas games?
I watched the
Man,
highlights,
it's good to have NRL back.
Yeah.
Yo, good to have it back.
Viva Las Vegas.
Surprising, Cowboys lost. But Crichton, man, taking us back to when we beat England with his drop kick. Woo!
Yeah.
Yeah. Got to fight Setu 2 from the Dragons. They did really well. But yeah. Blues Last minute loss. Come on, man. And Drua beat the Hurricanes.
Yeah, 25-20.
See?
Yeah, it was good to see Vegas NRL. I was
You
looking
posted
forward to it, but
something about the fight.
Yo.
yeah, was that boys?
Was that
Yeah,
it?
go.
Yeah, the NRL Vegas. It was good to see the footy back on there again. You know, and then the golden point from Crichton. You can read it, eh? They planned it. They planned it to take it outside field and bring it back inside field. And who was there? The man. As soon as you saw Crichton in the middle, in front of, just get the ball, bring it outside and bring it back inside in front of the goalposts, pass it to Crichton, and then he'll get that golden point. I said, shit, that dude's the man, bro. That dude, man, you could tell he was getting ready for that drop kick, eh? I'm surprised that the opposition they didn't see that happening, eh? Because there was still drifting defense on the back foot, but then they passed it to Crichton, and Crichton got the golden point there. So yeah, big ups to the Bulldogs, man.
There was
I
like
think,
no pressure on him, eh?
Yeah. Well, exactly. So yeah, man, good on the Bulldogs and good on for Newcastle, eh? Newcastle as well coming up with their win as well. So yeah. Yeah, it's good to see NRL back. And do you guys think it's a bit hard? They're struggling, to actually promote the game in America because it's like I said, majority of the fans. I mean, how about they're the hardcore fans coming all the way from England and New Zealand and Australia, making that trip all the way there. But far, man, imagine if those fans didn't turn up there, those seats would be pretty much damn empty, eh? So I think it's pretty hard to promote NRL on the American market still today.
Yeah, they are finding some challenges. I was listening to the radio this morning. They were talking about it. So apparently, they said 10 to 15% of people in the stadium were Americans, but they didn't know anything about the game of rugby league. They just came to have a look, see what it was all about.
Yeah.
10%. All the rest, everyone from New Zealand, Australia, and the UK, because I think the Super League had a couple of games there too.
Yeah.
Mike Siva.
Yo.
He was the man. He scored a hat trick. But it was interesting because that golden point game, the Bulldogs and Dragons went to overtime. And in NRL, you go to overtime. You have 2 halves in overtime, right? In golden point. And if you don't win, it's a draw.
Yeah.
And it's funny because in America, none of their sports end in draws. They don't like draws. None of their sports, NBA doesn't have a draw, NFL doesn't have a draw, even baseball doesn't have a draw.
Wow.
Ice hockey doesn't have a draw. It's overtime until someone wins.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see if they're trying to market to USA that they actually did have a draw. How would that go with the American audiences? See, what? A draw? We don't want a draw. Like, Americans don't know what a draw is. It's either you win or you lose. So, I don't know, if the NRL is trying to push to the American audiences, you could probably have to cater for American audiences, and American audience don't have any draws. Right?
But that's a good
So
point. That's a
that's
good
an
point that
interesting
you
thing
bring
to
up too, because that stuffs up the booking system in America as well. Because there's a lot of money in the betting system, right, behind the scenes. So there's no way you can get a draw on the betting system, especially when the books, it stuffs up the books and the balancing on the books. Shit, man, there'll be a lot of people unhappy, right?
Yeah, that's right. So I don't know how the NRL will measure how successful their Las Vegas opening seasons are, because this is the 3rd year now, and 3 years they're only getting 10% of Americans actually at the game. So I know they got deals with Fox Sports. They can show the NRL games on Fox Sports. I don't know how many numbers they get when Americans that they watch. But man, you're talking about going up against the NFL, and that's a hard ask, man.
NBA,
Americans
baseball,
are entrenched in the NFL, in American football. It's their national sport. Like I think rugby union is more popular than rugby league over there. They've got a league in America, the MLR.
Yeah.
They've got players from New Zealand finishing NPC and signing contracts with these American teams in the MLR. Ex-All Blacks are playing in MLR. Ma'onono still playing over there. I think he's playing for the San Diego team, San Diego Legion. He's still there. Or he was there. Now he's in Europe, still playing. So I think NRL's thing to try and infiltrate the American market. Still an uphill battle here, man. Yeah, still an uphill battle, so we'll see we'll see how it goes. But no, man, I enjoyed the games. I thought the first game was pretty interesting. The Newcastle Knights look strong with their new rejuvenated backline. They got Dylan Brown in the halves there, and Fletcher Sharp. He's back from injury. He was the man, eh? He's the man in the first 20 minutes. He scored a try, had a try assist. He got Maju over the line, and then he got that injury, the knee injury. And a suspected ACL, so that was pretty sad. So he came off, and the momentum shifted after that. So he played a big part. But then I saw Sandon Smith come on, replace him. I thought, oh, that's right. He came from the Roosters. He had a good season last year for the Roosters. But I think he had a good. He was good when he came in to replace Sharp.
Yeah.
But I thought that was an entertaining game. The first game. The Bulldogs game, that was a slog, because that was only like 14-all.
Yeah.
It was a bit of a slow game, it was back and forth. But man, how many times did the Bulldogs just get tackled in the six? They didn't even kick the ball, at all,
Yeah.
Like the fifth and final on their line, they didn't even kick the ball or try to, do anything. They just
A few hard calls against the Dragons as well, because they were quite aggressive forward pack, and I thought the referee was a bit harsh on some of the calls against the Dragons.
Yeah.
But I think fitness in the last 10 was crucial in both games. Errors started to pop up. So I think once we get into week 5 of the NRL and they start to get more match fit, I think we'll see a better product.
The Bulldogs were big favourites. They were touted to smash the Dragons, but that didn't happen. The Dragons had good. They made them the most of it, and they were a pretty big team, eh? Pretty big team, packed of Islanders. The Dragons.
Oh, Islanders, man! We need to support the Dragons.
Yeah, man. So it was entertaining games. Super Rugby, all the Australian teams won. So I think we got the Brumbies on top of the table, and then the Waratahs coming second, then the Chiefs coming third. The Chiefs Crusaders game, that was a mean game. I missed the game, but I saw the highlights. That end-to-end try, when bloody what's his name? Who's the Aliu Okada? He started it, broke the line, and they ended up with what's his name? Ananai Satoru ended up. He scored a try, but that was a mean try. But what does that say for the Crusaders? They're back, 2 games lost. Now they had a good game against the Chiefs. Looks like they're coming up again. But a good week for Australian teams with the NRL over in Vegas and Australian teams winning in Super Rugby.
Good to have the NRL back.
Yep. Good to be back in the Tier B. Alright, boys. I think that's us for another episode, man. Thanks for jumping on, man. Let's do some last words. Let's go, Chucky.
Last words. Probably. I think I said that at the beginning. Kind of like. So anyway, Bills. Bills, of course, will always be there. Will always be a part of life. But time waits for nobody. So whatever you have planned in life, it's better just to make moves now. Moves you were supposed to do yesterday should have been done yesterday. So whatever you have planned or whatever you're thinking of, man, don't be scared. Just it's time to do it now. Because like I said, bills will always be there and always be a part of life. But at the end of the day, time waits for nobody. So whatever you're thinking of to do, don't think twice about it. Just do it, man. Since life's too short and tomorrow's never promised. Let's go.
Nice, Usos.
Yeah. Man, my last words is like, just be there for one another. Like, to be honest, like it's getting pretty rough out there. So, some of the Usos need a hand up. Give them a hand up, eh? Like, let's not put our ego or pride into it, but just come together as a inga. Zeki.
Yeah, man. My last words. Take care out there. The petrol prices is about to go up again because of this damn war that's going on in the Middle East. So we didn't need that right now. The cost of living is always going up and up and up. Yeah, man. Just like you guys say, man, look after each other. And yeah, man, I'm happy NRL's back. Something to look forward to in the weekend. Like take time out to to get together with your closest friends and go watch a game. You know, just have that time just to spend. You know, to get away from the all the stress
hustle.
and that during the week. You know, just hang out with your friends, hang out with your family, watch some games, have a barbecue. You know, stuff like that. So it's all good. It's all good for your mental health too. But yeah, man, thanks boys for jumping on another empty up the clip. It's always been a pleasure jamming with you guys. We'll do it again next week.
Our foreign correspondent, Kaisar. Malo.
Exactly.
Malo, boys.
But yeah, man, thanks boys. Let's do it again next week. All right, take care.
Peace.
Take us out, Eddie.
Let's get the fuck out of here.
Choo.